what did you make of the draw? My view, it could have been better, but could have been worse.
Yes, I think it's probably in between. It's I think comfortable for England. I mean, you look at the rankings: Croatia at 10th, Panama at 30, and Ghana 72. So there'll be big trouble really if they don't get through that stage, particularly the way they qualified again, never lost a game, and hardly conceded a goal. So they're looking very strong, looking very good again. But obviously, we've seen that many times before. It's just when we actually get to the competition where we're definitely looking forward to the later rounds, but can we go all the way?
Yeah, indeed. We'll certainly be hoping so. We're the last group to go, though, aren't we? We're going to have to wait almost a week to play the first match. What effect does that have, do you think?
Well, it can have. I mean, it depends on the planning. I think one of the biggest problems to face is not that, is the temperature and the humidity. I mean, I played in America many years ago, of course, but acclimatising to that heat and that humidity is going to be one of the biggest challenge for the England squad. So I think the quicker they get out there, the better, because the humidity runs around, well, I suppose it depends what part of the country they're playing in, but it runs around 70–80% at times. So, and the humidity is very, very hot. So fluids and intake and stuff like that are going to be very important, as well as the tactics and the opposition that they play against.
Yeah, and they're going to have to choose where they have their base, aren't they? Depending on where the fixtures are.
Yes, without a doubt. I mean, obviously, travel is a concern because it's such a massive area to cover the World Cup in all the countries they're playing it in, not just America. I think they're playing in Mexico as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's if North America's not big enough, Mexico's certainly adding to the distance that they might have to travel. But the plans will be there. The plans will be set. They're very good at organising that stuff. They've been doing it for many, many years. And it's just about Thomas Tuchel getting the planning right with his staff, getting the dietitians right, psychology right, tactics right. And hopefully by the time the World Cup comes around, the players are not too fatigued before they go. I think that's a big challenge this summer for every World Cup player at this moment in time. There's so many games these days that the fatigue level needs to be rested first when the season ends, and then build up for me to the World Cup the World Cup competition starting.
How do you think Thomas Tuchel's been doing?
Yeah, fine. I mean, he's experienced, isn't he? I mean, he's had many, many big clubs. He's not had an international position yet, but I think he's done very well. I tell you what he does do. He doesn't give too much to the outside world. He does it his own way, and you can see that by the choices he's made, sometimes by the people he's left out, and he does it what he wants to do and how he sees it. And at the moment, that's been, in the end, getting more and more success with the results as he's gone on.
Yeah, and what do you think are his main selection headaches?
Bellingham, I think. When does he play and when does he not? I think that's probably the biggest one of all that we've seen. And I think that's a good headache. It's the best headache to have, having too many quality players rather than not enough.
Yeah, and he's got to hope, hasn't he, that some of his stalwarts of the team, the Harry Kanes, Declan Rices, that they don't get injured.
Oh, without a doubt. And of course the goalkeeper as well, very, very important indeed. I think that positions that he would want to cover would be two players in each position to go out to the World Cup who are ready to go whenever they're called upon. And I think that I would think he'd probably be looking at, because of the temperatures, to try and get through the group as early as possible, and then rest a lot of players and put a lot of players that haven't been involved in hopefully the last game. We don't want any nail-biting incidents at the end.
No, certainly don't. What did you make of Scotland's draw?
Absolutely fabulous. I think that, obviously I'm a great lover of Scotland because I've got Scottish parents. So I think that the challenge that they had and particularly that last game. And I was very impressed with the quality of the goals, and coping with that type of pressure would stand them in good stead. So I'd like to see them both get through, personally. I know there'll be a lot of English fans that don't like Scotland, and a lot of Scottish fans don't like England. But from my point of view, it's great to see both countries there.
Yeah, and Scotland, Brazil's gonna be exciting, isn't it?
Scotland, Brazil. I mean, it's going to be very tough, that one. But and Morocco as well, because they're an excellent side. Like, I mean, so I think maybe, you know, it's going to be a tough challenge for them. But hope they face it head on, and it's their tournament, and they'll be obviously heroes if they actually get through to the knockout stages.
Yeah. When you were watching the draw, I'm just interested to know what you thought of the whole spectacle of it. I mean, it was all very much about you-know-who, wasn't it? It was all about Donald Trump.
Well, doesn't Donald like to make it about him?
Well, let me ask you this. If he were a football player, which position would he play?
Centre half. Big stopper. Yeah, I mean, what is he, 6'3", is he?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he'd be a big centre half.
Okay, so you're talking about his sort of physical qualities.
His physical presence, yeah. And
rather than his personality. You don't have him down as a goalkeeper then?
No. I'd probably have him as the captain as well, because he's good at organising, isn't he?
Well, he would say so. Maybe a striker?
No, probably not mobile enough.
We could go on like this all morning, couldn't we? And what do you think of England's chances overall? Will it be coming home?
We'd like to think so. I think that again, you've got a very experienced manager who's been round the block a few times in many different countries, and I think as long as he prepares the players, I would say this: he's got to prepare them mentally more than physically or tactically. The mental block of the England side at the crunch has been the only thing that's let him down in the end. So get that mental side right, get that mental toughness into the squad, and they certainly have the talent.
Yeah, practice those penalties as well.
Yes, definitely. That would be absolutely unbelievable if that happened again. We went out on penalties.